My name's Tony Pope, and I'm here in Chester, South Carolina. I'm glad to have Congressman Mick Mulvaney here today. Mr. Congressman Mulvaney, we know jobs sit on the forefront of everyone's minds. I mean, in South Carolina, across the country. Could you just elaborate on what Congress is doing to obviously get folks back to work?
Sure. I mean, what folks hear a lot about is the president's jobs bill and allegations that the Republicans in Congress aren't doing anything, and really that's nowhere near the truth. The president does have a jobs bill out there. It's got some good pieces and parts to it. I've actually taken a look at it, and in fact, the Republican Congress has passed several pieces of the president's jobs bill. We passed one just last week out of my committee, came to the floor for a vote, got a lot of bipartisan support, and then it left to go over to the Senate. Similarly, we've been doing some stuff on our own in the House, not in part of the president's jobs bill, but stuff that we think is important. For example, we're trying to repeal some of the new EPA rules on boilers, and some of the EPA rules on cement dust and so forth, things that would shut down our domestic businesses, trying to pull back on regulation just a little bit, at least to give folks a time to get back to work. That passes the House, oftentimes on a bipartisan basis, goes over to the Senate. Everything is dying in the Senate. Even the stuff the president likes isn't getting a hearing in the Senate. Certainly the stuff he doesn't like isn't getting a hearing in the Senate. The Senate has held up, I think at the last count, 20 jobs bills that the House has passed that they just refuse to take up for reasons that I don't think I'll fully understand. But we're trying our best. I know it's not helping folks back home, but I think some of the dialogue is helping. People are starting to understand. For example, I'm here in Chester County. I talked to a lot of folks who would be impacted by those boiler rules. And folks now are starting to understand how Washington can really take their job away from them if we let these regulations, for example, get out of control. I also talked to a lot of businesses here in Lancaster, York County that do business overseas, and how they're taxed unfairly for those operations overseas, trying to give them a chance to bring their money back into the United States so they can invest it here. And folks at home now are starting to understand how the government can interfere with job growth, and to the extent that folks are talking about it, I think that's going to be extraordinarily helpful. I think you'll start to see some progress here sometime soon.
Well, you know, being involved in economic development here in Chester County, the things you're telling me, I see firsthand.
Right.
And, you know, we have a lot of diversified foreign investment here, and so it's not just impacting the major Fortune 500 companies, it's impacting the local less than 100 employer type industries, so you're right on with that.
Absolutely. Roughly 60% of the jobs created in this area in the last 10 years have been related to either foreign investment or export businesses. And we still continue to see that now with Boeing down in Charleston. Huge export business there. So yeah, the more things we can do to promote that, the better off we're going to be.
Since you mentioned Boeing, could you tell us a little bit about the impact you think, not only Boeing but Continental and Michelin, the announcements that we've seen recently, how that's going to impact the citizens of Chester County as well as South Carolina?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's great news. You know, BMW, when they came 20 years ago, everybody worried. They said, well, is this really is it going to help the whole state, or is it just going to help Greenville-Spartanburg? And there's a BMW supplier now in every county in South Carolina. Boeing will be there shortly. In fact, I think they're past halfway there already in terms of setting up new suppliers, bringing some of their suppliers from other states to South Carolina. The first airplane is actually under construction right now in North Charleston, so they're a good ways along. Of course, now that the administration has this NLRB lawsuit against Boeing trying to shut the plant down, there's another example of government interference preventing our job growth. But you know, we've tried to encourage the administration to pull back on that, took the funding away from that lawsuit. Again, didn't pass the Senate, but I sort of going aside from the question. We talk about Continental Tire, we talk about Michelin. We've got a chance, I think, to grow a real core group of businesses related to automotive. We'd actually do a lot of heavy manufacturing in this district. We've got companies in Cherokee County, companies in York, companies in Lancaster that are in the automotive business already. We just need them to be able to find their way down to Chester County as those businesses continue to succeed.
You know, here in Chester County, having the mega site that we have,
yep.
I think we are positioned for a major opportunity, a major announcement, and you know, it's encouraging when you have the announcements that we just spoke of, Boeing and Continental and Michelin.
I've talked to people in Lancaster County, York County, Fairfield County, and tell them, look, the best economic development piece of property in Lancaster County is not in Lancaster County. It's at Interstate 77, exit 65 in Chester County. We talked just today with an organization that is interested in doing a major development along that rail corridor there on Highway 9 in Chester County. So it is attracting attention. It's only a matter of time.
Well, we're so glad to have you in Chester today, and wish you the very best. I know you have a busy schedule, and look forward to continuing to follow you, and appreciate you representing the 5th District. I think you're doing a fine job, and obviously I know later today you have a town hall meeting as you're trying to reach out to the citizens in these areas and hear what's on their minds so that you can take it back with you to Washington.
Well, the people here, Tony, have been extraordinarily nice to me. I've had a chance to tour Guardian Glass, tour Chester Wood Products, meet with local leaders and so forth, and I'm real excited about the town hall meeting here tonight. So thanks very much for having me.
Thank you. Congressman Mick Mulvaney, we're so glad to have him here today in Chester.